Okay, we're back. So sorry. Um, there was a technical difficulty with this switcher, and you couldn't see me. I believe you couldn't see me. So Rubbish Guitar Bloke is asking, was that the first Guitar Quackery podcast? In what sense? Sorry, I don't understand the question. In what sense? Yeah, so we had a glitch with the switcher, and I had to end the live stream. Audio only. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, now I get it. I guess it was. And, yeah, but I don't want to do a podcast. So let's continue. So I just noticed, because I have a monitor here, that the program, so it's a multi-screen monitor, right? So the program screen, which is supposed to show me what you see, was showing the logo, and I assume that's what you were seeing. So equipment is great when it works, and when it doesn't, then it isn't. Okay, so I want to show you this because I'm not using rubber bands, and it is a radius fingerboard. I'm just pushing it down like this. I really didn't like the fret shield when I first got it, and I like it for some jobs now. You need to know, for every tool, you need to know what the limits of the tool are, and just work with those limits. So that's how it is. So here, one advantage of using the fret shield is, see, I don't need to stop the rotary tool between each fret like I did at the beginning, because I wasn't thinking. You can just do all the frets, and then you'll see, then clean all the frets all at once, and then do the next stage all at once, etc. I should change this wheel. Yeah, so that switcher crashed on me, right? So, well, that's what happens, right, with equipment. And this is why those self-driving cars are crazy scary to me. So it is true that many accidents are caused by people texting while they're driving or doing whatever, checking their makeup, and a self-driving car isn't going to do that, but the computer can just freeze up and crash, right? Malfunction in some ways, and then, you know, cause an accident. So now, what's worse? If someone gets injured or even killed in an accident, if it was the fault of a human driver, or if it was the fault of the, faulty equipment, self-driving equipment. I don't know. All I know that every computer I've ever had, which was always a Mac, eventually it would freeze up and you would have that beach ball and the computer wasn't working properly. Or it would take forever to open a file or even open a folder. So same thing must happen to the computers in those self-driving cars. Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't even understand how that's even legal. Yeah, this is, I'm going to have to change this wheel for the next job, before the next job. Oh, look at that. It's completely busted now. Okay. Okay, it's completely busted. Okay, so I'm just going to recharge this thing. And I have the other buffer. So it's just you and I. All right. The other... Oh, I forgot to send a text to the customer. I know he's watching. Sorry about that. So let me text him. Paste. Part 2. Boom. Okay. So here we go. So now, like I said, the advantage of using the fret shield is now I can just clean all the frets at once. I wasn't stopping between each and every fret. But there are some disadvantages. It's like if you really want to do the fret ends, the fret shield doesn't work. But on the Gibson, with the fret nibs, it actually works well because it prevents the buffing wheel to come into contact with the nibs too much, right? So I don't know if you hear the banging. I really hate it. Those are the heat pipes here. So I don't know how much this microphone picks up, but everybody here hates this noise in the winter. We're going to use coconut oil to oil the fingerboard. So it is quicker to do it with the whatchamacallit, fret shield. And here, this time I'm going to start here and work my way up. Okay, so that's how it is. I wonder why the switcher crashed. Keep my head away. See, now you can see how it's going really fast. I'm not stopping at all between the frets. So this does save some time. So I am glad I have this tool. I wonder how long it's going to take. Just a couple of minutes, I guess. I think I'm going to rewatch this part of the video. Just to see the timing. This is going pretty quickly. So I guess I could say I polish frets every day. That's what I do every day. Even on my days off. There's no such thing. Okay, 5 frets left. Okay. I wish this was a one long continuous live stream. So now I have part 1 and part 2, and now I need to put them on a playlist. And I don't want to have all these playlists for every guitar. This was supposed to be just, you know, a one time, you know, one video without a playlist. Come on, switch to camera 1. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So now I can clean my fret shield. Oh, I actually want to put it back on and just kind of remove whatever's left of the buffing compound. So this is good, right? This only took a few minutes. Big difference. Some people, two people called me today, actually called me. We never spoke. I often don't answer the phone. I don't want to get into conversations before I even know if I'm even going to be working on a guitar. And yeah, so two people about some structural repairs. One of them is a Gibson acoustic with a fracture. But this person tells me that he takes care of the, humidification in his house. And that it never goes below 30%. Basically, that the 30% humidity is the extreme low case in his case. So it's a fairly new Gibson. I think this is its first winter, if I understood correctly. Yeah, so they don't dry up the wood. I feel bad for the guy. It's just you and I. We had on 3 occasions an extra person. Sorry. This will be the last guitar on the bench tonight. And my battery is running low on my watch. Okay, let's put some oil on this fingerboard. That's it. Just a small amount. And this also polishes the frets, right? Okay, I see that there's a little text there. Only 5 more subscribers for you to reach 200. Slow but steady progress. Got to go. Okay, no problem. You gotta go, you gotta go. Thank you. So now I'll be talking to no one. And I don't know how many people will be watching the replay. Maybe I should have done a private live stream on this one. But I think I remember that the owner of the guitar expressed interest. So, yeah. Okay, look at that. It looks good. All right. Done with this. We put the coconut oil away. Yeah. All right. That's that. I'll be removing the protection. So now, friends, I'm by myself. If you're hearing this, if you're watching this, you are definitely watching a replay, because no one is watching me live. And that's, yeah, that's a fact. So should I even be talking? I don't know. I don't know if anyone is going to be watching this replay. But I guess I'm practicing my live streaming skills by talking to no one. I have this last phase of the fret dressing that I do. On every guitar, unless I forget. Okay, so we need to clean the guitar a little bit. So I use the Music Nomad guitar detailer and just a generic microfiber cloth. They need to be washed every now and then. I really like this guitar. Yeah. It does remind me of my old... Mine was a honey burst. It had a light burst honey. This one is not a burst for sure, so... But it's a great looking guitar. Sorry. At least I didn't sneeze on the guitar. I'm going to raise the pickups a little bit. So I did lower the pickups for the fretwork. And here, look at that. There is a fresh audience. I was by myself for a few minutes. We are finishing a setup on a Gibson Les Paul Classic. So here's kind of like an issue. Let's look at it. Yeah, the pickup mounting screw, at least one of them, is bent. And how can I tell? So something's wrong with this camera connection. I can't tell where exactly it's acting up. Okay, but okay. So here, if we turn the screw, and you can see how the pickup is moving. Well, that means the screw is bent. So how did that happen? And is this bent? Also. So we want to sometimes pay attention to things like this, because we want to look at the guitar, examine. I already examined the guitar, and I didn't see any signs, any damages that would look like the result of the guitar. Maybe something fell on the guitar. Maybe the guitar didn't fall. Maybe something fell on the pickup. Or maybe they just used bent screws at the factory. I don't know. But I did look over the entire guitar. I always check on a Gibson, obviously, if there's if I see any signs of a repaired headstock. I didn't see any such signs. So, yeah. But there's a reason why those two screws are bent. All right, I guess we won't worry about it, because I don't see any other problems with the guitar. Okay, so for whatever reason, this post is a bit stiff going in and coming out as well, and this one isn't. So that's fine. You don't need to adjust them often anyway. And we have the switch tip before I lose it. I already checked the electronics, no crackling. And now I'm going to raise the bridge higher than I actually want to. Put it here. And the strings we'll be using are, let me just check. Oh yeah, the customer provided his own strings. So they're right there, and he said he was missing the high E. So I got some extra strings. So he's using Ernie Ball strings. I usually use the Dario, but this is what he brought, Ernie Balls. Okay. So, Ernie Balls. One reason why I prefer the Dario is because I just hate unpacking individual strings like this. It's really not my favorite thing to do. But I don't have a choice in this case. And I think these are old strings. They just feel old the way they're bent. Yeah, I think they're old. So they'll work as long as there's no corrosion on them. I usually do 2 strings at once, and yeah, okay, I think this is it. Yeah, the G string. And I don't top wrap the tailpiece unless the customer tells me to do it. People talk about this top wrap. Well, it's gonna really greatly depend on the carve, because Gibson guitars vary quite a lot in terms of the top carve. So when people talk about top wrap, well, what is the height difference between the exit point and the break angle here, the tip of the saddle? So it's really not going to be the same on every Gibson, and they do vary quite a bit. So yeah, I don't restring. I don't use the same method for stringing the guitar every time. Here I'm going to use this method. On this guitar. So not only with a lock, but with a wind towards the top to reduce the break angle across the nut. Okay, like that. And where are my clippers? Right here. I'm going to publish a restringing video on my main channel. It's something that I've been meaning to do for quite a while. It takes time to make videos, so okay, maybe erase it just a little bit for now. So this method is different than the usual locking method, as I'm sure you can tell. But I'm going to publish it on the main channel and explain why I sometimes do it. The method I'm using now is the method that I always use when a guitar is equipped with a Bixby. But there's a lot to explain about this method, and I don't want to do it now during this live stream, because this is just an actual job that I'm working on, and I just need to finish the job. Okay. But just to say something about this method is going to keep this guitar in tune very well. So, and that's because I minimize the amount of wraps around the tuning posts. I will publish it on the main channel. So that's something to look for. But you see, I want to make a full restringing video, you know, where I show all the methods that we use in guitar tech world. And also explain why I might use this method over the other method on this guitar or that guitar. So in order for me to record all the videos, I need to start recording individual guitars, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that, since now I've been streaming a lot, the full services, but I don't stream every guitar that I work on. So I need to organize this project. Okay. I lost my audience again. And that's just because it's late. I know. Yeah, I can put the pick guard back at this point. I guess before I lose the two little screws. Okay. Don't need this now. So hopefully the rest of the setup will only take a short time. Let me plug in the guitar so I can hear it better. I'm trying to judge the string height a little bit. Okay. It sounded really muffled, and it was because the I don't think you can hear it really, but because the tone knob was rolled down all the way. Okay, so let's first look at the relief very quickly. Now the guitar does need to settle a little bit. It just needs, sometimes it needs just a minute, sometimes longer. Every guitar is different. And let's adjust this truss rod. Okay. Let's see what we got. Not enough relief here. That's 3, that's 4 1/1000s. 5 is not going through. So on the treble side, 5 isn't going through, 4 is. Okay, so we need to release the truss rod just a little bit. Five, 6, and 8 gets stuck. 8 gets stuck, 6 passes. Yeah, let me just remove the truss rod wrench. We don't need it anymore. And now let's look at the string height. I have a specialized tool for this, for the Gibson, which is this. It's called a bridge jack. It's a StewMac tool. It's a great tool. Okay. I'm going to set the height here. Oh, this is already very close to where it needs to be at 61 thousandths. I just need to lower it a little bit, and then I don't even need to use the jack. I was just able to turn it to lower it. Just a tiny bit more. Maybe a little too much this time. Okay, and let's see what we got here. Just a little bit above 80, so I don't even need to use the jack when I'm lowering it. Whatever, I'll show you next time. We're at 75 on this, on the bass side. So now let's see if I can bend the strings without fretting out. And then I'll know I have the right height on the treble side, right? Yeah. We'll adjust the pickups at the end. Now we need to adjust the intonation of the guitar, which I will do through the audio interface. So I will not use the amplifier. So I won't really hear anything, but you will. So when I push this button, which one? This one, you should be hearing the guitar. Okay. And now I am going to use the GarageBand tuner. I have GarageBand or Logic Pro, same tuner, right? It's as good as any. And what I do is I throw the tuner on the screen over there, so I can see it over there, right here. And I can adjust the intonation with a little screwdriver here. So let me first try it on the bench. So it's a little flat, so let me just tone the guitar properly. Okay, so it plays a little flat, which is what I wanted, which means I'm gonna have to pull the saddle this way. Let me try the G. A little flat, great. Okay, so that's what I want. That's what I was explaining in the first part of this video, which is now a video series. It wasn't supposed to be, but so let me just rough it in a little bit on the bench, and then we'll fine tune it in playing position. So what I do is I like to do the low E and the D, and then kind of like eyeball where the A is, and then the same between the G and the E, and eyeball the B string. It's good to start further back than where we anticipate the saddles will end up, so that we don't kink the string in front of the saddles, right? Okay, that's about as good as it needs to be right now. Just a little bit forward. And again, just roughing it in for now. Now the ABR bridge doesn't always function properly. That's one of the features of the ABR bridge. Sometimes you need to push the thing back down after you twist it, after you turn the screw. Flat. Okay, that's going to be good enough. And this was playing flat, so let me just move it forward a little bit. So this is good for now. And now we put the guitar in playing position. And I kind of like to use this neck rest for this, because I can put the guitar like this. Right? That's good. And again, you don't see the tuner, but I'm looking at it right here. I have a screen. Okay, this is good. The G. Just a bit flat. I was worried about the G string, but basically when I got the guitar, the compensation was all over the place, so I had a wrong visual reference. One issue with the GarageBand tuner is so precise, sometimes it takes a while to commit. And the B, I think, is going to be right on. Let me see. Ah, 3 cents flat. $0.01 flat. Amazing. What difference could that possibly make? We need to make sure with the ABR that it's seated, because when you move the saddles forward, sometimes it lifts that screw. It's flat. So I would always say it's important to have the intonation set up correctly if you're going to be using the guitar in a recording session. But now I kind of wonder, you know, with all the auto-tune, if it can just be corrected in post. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know enough about that. I don't record enough. I should be. Let me check the A first. Okay. So they both need to move forward a little bit. Just a little bit more. Ah, man, it's annoying sometimes. Just when you think it's right. So the A string will no longer move forward. It's maxed out. So it is what it is. Maybe it's good the way it is. And I can't flip this saddle, so it's just a little flat, but you know, it's fine. On the bass side, if it's a little flat, it isn't the end of the world. So the reason why I can't flip the saddles is because the notches aren't centered on this bridge, which is what I showed in part 1 of this project. Almost there. That's it. I can see the pickups are still a little too low, so I'm just going to visually raise to about the right height. Now this pickup has one of those typical Gibson issues. It's not parallel with the strings. I mean, that's a bigger repair job than people realize if you want to really fix it. All right, so now let's unplug. Well, let me turn off the audio interface thing and quit GarageBand. We're almost done with this guitar. Oh, I did have a small audience a few minutes ago. And I just need to adjust the pickup height, lubricate the nut, which I forgot to do, and we'll be good to go. Okay. I just do this by ear and feel. Okay, so for sure we want to make the bridge pickup a little bit louder. Okay, now let's just check bridge pickup. And with a pick. So this neck pickup is a bit muddier than it's fine. Like I said, I almost forgot to lubricate the nut, so let's just do it. I don't really think it's critical, but let's do it. I am charging for it, so. Okay. So this is a really well carved nut. So Gibson doesn't always, it depends who works on the guitar at the factory, obviously. You don't always get the same carve. I really like this. When there's a very small, very short string slot on a Gibson. And the reason why I like that, they could have been deeper. Yeah, I would have made this higher between the strings, right? So we can't cut them deeper because then it'll fret out, right? Or can we a little bit? We could. Yeah, well, that's not what's on the job for this one, so. So the first part of this live stream, I had an audience and then I had a technical difficulty. And we had a nice chat. We were having a nice chat, and then something happened, a computer glitch with the switcher. And then I just completely lost my momentum. So now I'm also tired. It's time to go, almost. So I'm finishing this guitar, and I will text the customer that it's ready. Oh, where's my watch? I don't want to overcharge the battery. Yeah, it's late. Okay. So that's it. I will just tune the guitar, and here I need to put the truss rod cover back in place. It's a Gibson Les Paul Classic. That's what it says on the truss rod cover. So it's got a slim 1960s neck. Some people like that, some people don't. Well, that's why we have many kinds of Gibson guitars. Okay. Like I said, I just need to tune the guitar, put it back in the case, and we'll be done. Thank you very much for watching. I think there's one person watching live now. And perhaps I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.